Hey guys, today we're taking a look at my updated Dark Magician deck. Now, Dark Magician is definitely a fun card to make use of. I've had a build of Dark Magician for a long time, and I've just, updated it throughout the years, and now I'm trying to make it a bit stronger, try to add in some of the new stuff it has access to, and just try to add some consistency. Definitely can be a very fun thing to build around, and obviously it has a huge fan base, so I do want to do a pretty decent build, and hopefully you guys will let me know what you think. So to start things off, we're going to be running 3 Dark Magician, obviously the main card of the deck. 1 Blackluster Soldier, where we're going to be running a pretty good mix of light and dark, so Blackluster Soldier, very easy to get out. Cardcar for some consistency. Chaos Sorcerer, additionally with our Chaos, also with some of the plays we want to make with Spellcasters and, Synchros and just certain things, Chaos Sorcerer works out pretty well. Effect Veiler, allowing us to not use Fiendish Chain, having another Spellcaster for Chaos, dealing with effects really nicely, which is good for us. Then we're running 3 Prisma, so this helps the deck be very consistent, sending Dark Magician to the graveyard, using Dark Magician's name to activate other cards, so just becomes very powerful with this card. And then 1 Magician of Faith, just helping you get certain spells back that can be very powerful. Nice for a Spellcaster deck that happens to also make use of Chaos. Then we're also running 2 Summoner Monk, helping us get out Prisma. Very nice. We have so many spell cards in this deck. It's a very heavy spell card deck, so very nice to dump those spell cards, get out Prisma, make our plays, get an XYZ out, do a bunch of other stuff together, which is just very nice for us. 1 Allure of Darkness with our Dark giving us some draw power. 3 Dark Magic Attack. Probably one of the more powerful things that a Dark Magician deck can do is just have its own heavy storm. Very abusable by the fact that Prisma becomes Dark Magician. And then 2 Emergency Call, also 1 Reinforcement. You can run whatever. I'm not running any more Warriors or Elemental Heroes, so it really doesn't matter. But if you were running, more Heroes or more Warriors, then you can see obviously that Reinforcement or Emergency Call, one of them would be more preferred. Or you can add in more of them if you want to add more consistency to what you're trying to do. 2 Pot of Duality, again, just trying to get those specific cards we need. 1 Raigeki, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Swing of Memories. Not super essential, but can be powerful to make other plays, especially with some of the Dark Magician stuff we have access to in Synchros and XYZ. So I find that Swing of Memories can be a very powerful card for this deck type. We're also running 3 Eye of Timaeus, very powerful card in this deck because again, you can abuse Prisma, get out Dark Magician, use it with him. You can get out your fusion very easily and also create a very powerful situation on the field. So can be very nice in combination with some of the stuff you're trying to do. And then 3 Upstart Goblin, again just trying to thin the deck, really trying to focus on these few monster cards. So Upstart helps us a lot. For the back row, mostly staples, but we do have some room for some other stuff. So running 1 Black Horn, 1 Dimensional Prison, and 1 Wiretap, just helping us deal with certain things. Obviously, we have other stuff to deal with back row, so it's not super essential to have MST and other stuff, but it's really up to you. I feel like we have enough stuff that's focusing on back row just to begin with. So now for the extra deck, going to be running some interesting variety. 2 Amulet Dragon, 2 Dark Paladin, obviously very powerful cards that we can get out with Prisma or Dark Magician. So we're able to get these guys out. Dark Paladin helping you deal with spells, Amulet Dragon helping you gain some power and recovery. So just overall, these are pretty powerful cards to get out. For the Synchros, just a few. We don't have a lot of room, so Castel, Arcanite Magician, Scrap Dragon with some of the levels we do have access to. For the XYZs, some more variety. Castel, very nice one. Daigusto, obviously, in a deck like this, helping you swarm. 1 Ebon Illusion Magician, more of a fun card, but I find that this could be really nice in a deck like this. I feel like you can do some really powerful stuff with this. Maybe with more Chaos Sorcerers or more, just more cards in general that help get it out. It could be more powerful, but it's a fun card that I just wanted to throw in here. Exciton, Lavalval Chain, obviously with our graveyard stuff. Dracossack, Big Eye, Silent Honor, not really too much to say there, just the ones you'd expect to see. So now for the side deck, if you haven't seen a video of mine before, in the side deck I kind of just go through other recommended cards, other ideas, other stuff I'm thinking about. Not really a side deck for matches, I just want people to know the other options that they could build around if they're building a Dark Magician deck. There's a bunch of other spellcasters you could run. Magician's Valkyrie to help lock your opponent down. Skill Dark Magician with a lot of spells can help you out, but a bit slow. Sorcerer of Dark Magic with some of the stuff you're doing, I find that it can be very situational to get out. It could be dead a lot. But depending on your cards, this can be very powerful, obviously, to deal with back row. If you're running dragons, you can run Dragon's Mirror and get out Amulet Dragon that way. Forbidden Lance, Magical Dimension, both pretty good spells for this deck. Miracle Fusion, if you do want to run more heroes or just use it and run heroes in the extra deck or something like that, it can work fine for this deck type. Again, MST I don't think is necessary for this deck, but you can run it if you want more back row stuff. Summoner's Art, in case you want Dark Magician in your hand, you don't really need that for this deck, but if you use Summoner's Art, you can combine it with Tribute Doll and get out Dark Magician and do other plays like that, so that's up to you. In my last few Dark Magician builds, I was running Spellbooks, which I feel like is a good way to support Dark Magician, but I don't think it's as strong as what we're doing now. Still, it's another build. You could run Spellbook Tower, Temperance, all those guys if you want to run like a Spellbook engine to support Dark Magician. It actually works pretty well. You can also not, forego back row and run Royal Decree. Or Trap Stun. It depends on what your deck's going for, whether it's swarming. This deck can swarm a lot, so Trap Stun probably would be better. And like I was saying, I really didn't have a lot of room for synchros, but if I did have more room, I would put in Black Rose, Goyo, Stardust, ones you'd expect to see. Just not really a huge focus in this deck, and we need a lot of XYZs to kind of make what we're trying to do work. So that's my updated Dark Magician deck. Again, just trying to support Dark Magician the best I can, trying out a different kind of engine, trying out some cool ideas. I feel like it's a lot stronger than it used to be, but it's still more on the fun side. It does have access to a lot of really powerful bosses and interesting cards that you don't get to see much, which I do think is one of the cool parts of the deck type. And I do like being able to use Dark Magician with some of his interesting support. He doesn't have a lot of support that's very good. Hopefully we'll see more support in the future because we are getting interesting stuff like Eye of Timaeus and Ebon Illusion Magician, so you never know what we'll see for Dark Magician in the future. But if you guys do have your own Dark Magician decks, let me know in the comments. You could talk about what cards you use. Maybe you guys can make some suggestions for me. I'd definitely love to hear that. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.